Hello everybody, it's Claire here from Sewn by Claire, and I feel as if I should have some jingle bells ringing or something, because today we're going to kick off Christmas in July. Now the hashtag Christmas in July is something that is seen online, and it's for the creative industry really, or for creative people, in order to say it's time now to start thinking about all your handmade gifts in time for Christmas. So excuse the blank table just here, but I'm just ready to do a bit of a reveal. So, ta-da, a bit of a drum roll please. For our Christmas in July this year, we are going to be making the Festive Friends by Sarah Peel of Cool Crafting. Now, I have to say a very massive and huge thank you to Anne I'm going to say her name now and hopefully get it right, Haldeos, who has very, very generously sponsored this kit for us all today. So Anne contacted me and said she'd love to see these made, and offered to sponsor the kit and therefore the tutorials. So on behalf of myself and everybody who's watching this now, and this Christmas 2023, July 2023 when we're actually filming this, and also in any subsequent years, we want to say a massive, massive thank you to Anne for her kind generosity. So we've ordered the kit from Cool Crafting, which is from www.coolcrafting.co.uk, and it arrived. So I thought you might like to have a little look at the contents. So excuse some crinkling while I just open this up. So we have our booklet, and here we have Florin, I think it's Longhorn, his name, Florin Longhorn. We have Merry Angel, and we have Père Hiver as well. So these are the three characters that are included within this kit, so you get enough supplies and haberdashery to make every single one of these three animals and characters. So we are going to be making a video with the characters first to make each of the bunnies. And then once we've done that, then I'll do a separate video at least for each one of the outfits. It might run over into two because there's a couple of bits that might need extra work, but I try and keep the videos about an hour and a half just because of upload time, but hopefully you'll bear with me. So today we're just going to be looking through the kit and seeing what you get, and then if you wanted to order your kit or sew along with me when I do the tutorials, then you'll be able to do that too. So let's have a look then. Let me take out the pattern pages because they come within the book. So within the booklet here, we've got some lovely pictures of some of the characters here. Here's Florin again, the elf. There's a lovely story in the front here by Grace, who is Sarah Peel's daughter. And then we've got our instructions for how to make our characters. And then on the back, we've got another picture of Père Hiver as well, just there. I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly, in his stunning red and gold outfit. So let's have a little look at this then and see what we actually get. So you get the booklet and you get the pattern included within the kit. So let's pop that to one side for the moment, and then we'll use that to try and identify what we've got in terms of within the kit. So let me just turn this over, because this is the way that it, I think, should really be. I mean, look at that haberdashery pack. Isn't that just fabulous? We'll look at that in a minute. We've got some faux fur trim here, and we've got a whole raft of fabrics. So let's have a little look. So first of all, we've got this cotton calico fabric, which is for making the three bunnies, who are the main characters. And we've got a nice generous piece here. So this looks like 1/2 metre. So it's 1/2 metre by width of fabric in order to make the base of your bunnies, and that will be one video. So there'll be one video for how to make a bunny, and then it'll be followed then by the outfits, and you'll just have to repeat that same tutorial for your twice more for your 3 bunnies in total. So that's the calico. It's a lovely creamy neutral. It's a nice strong fabric. It's not too heavy, not too stiff, so it's going to be nice, because these characters are actually a little bit smaller than Luna Lapin, so we do need to just bear that in mind when we're having to turn things round and use that. But it's a nice hard wearing robust fabric, and that will keep those characters looking nice for a good length of time. So let's just pop that to one side. So let's go with the green first, shall we? Because that will be for Florin, who is our elf. And let's have a look. I think this trim's for Florin as well. So if we have a little look at Florin in the booklet, he's in this green outfit here. He's got these dungarees, little bloomers on with a bib front, and then he's got a coat with this faux fur trim. Hopefully you can see that. And then he's got these lovely long booties on, and they've got little bells on them as well. So this is the green for Florin, which is a lovely Christmas green. It's slightly mottled, which is lovely. Like this limey green, and then this dark forest green, which is mixed in with it. So that's a lovely, lovely looking piece of felt there. And then to go with that, we've got this lovely, I keep saying lovely, don't I? Sorry, but it is a stunning kit. This very nice piece of green cotton. It's very reminiscent of Rose and Hubble Christmas cotton, if ever you've used that. And it's got this metallic colour on the printing onto that, so that's going to really catch the light beautifully. So that's the outfit there. And then to go with that, we've got this beautiful faux fur. I mean, this is just so soft, I can't tell you. It's relatively short on the pile, but boy is it soft. I've got a nice long piece of that because there's a few places where this trim is used, bottom of Mary's skirt as well, and that is just beautiful. So we'll be using that to good effect within the outfit. So this is used to trim Florin's jacket, round the collar and round the sleeves, and also round his hat too. Is it round the bottom of his jacket too? Yes, round the bottom of his jacket too. And then it's also used at the bottom of Mary's skirt here, Mary the Angel's skirt just there. So that's those fabrics just there. Let's go on to Mary next. So Mary has got this beautiful star fabric. Now I need to find, I've got another fabric that I might use for this. So this is the one that comes in the kit, and it's stars. We'll talk about fabrics and preferences in a minute or two. We've got a nice generous piece of fabric here. This is width of fabric as well, because she's got a beautifully full tiered skirt on there, and that's got a silver metallic ink on there in order to make her dress. So that's lovely. Well, it's more than lovely, it's beautiful. So let's just see if we can fold that in there. These kits are presented beautifully, aren't they? If anybody's bought these kits already, or maybe you've got one lurking in your cupboard ready to make, then the kits are beautiful. And then we've also got some off-white felt here as well, which I believe will be to make her wings. So she's got lovely wings on the back here for her angel, because she's an angel, of course. And that's some lovely off-white felt for making those. So that's the fabrics for angel. And then these ones here, I can't tell you how gorgeous these are. So these are now for making pear hiver, which is just here, or hiver. I don't know how you pronounce it. My French was not good at school. First of all, we've got this amazing boucle. I mean, how lovely is that? It's so soft, nice and strong, got a nice amount of structure to it. And it's got this lovely, fluffy boucle feel to it. So this boucle is just a little bit softer, I think, than the boucle for Bramble that I was sent, and I've done a video for how to make Bramble already. Look, got a little bit of the red on it. It looks finer, a little bit fluffier, a little bit of a longer pile, and I would love to see a Bramble made in that, or an Eric made in that. That would just be amazing. So this is the trim for Père Hiver's boots and for his jacket, and that goes all the way around the back of his jacket and on his sleeves as well. So that's a lovely piece. Let me just hold that up so you can just see that. Beautiful. It's more of a, what colour is this, would I say? It's more beigey than a cream. It's more like an old white, I would suggest, but it's definitely got a little bit of beige to it, but it's a very soft colour. If I put that against the cream calico, then you can see what I mean. It's not as yellow as the calico. It's got this lovely, lovely beige stony colour to it, which is just fabulous. And that's really going to show up his lovely beard in the picture there and make that stand out. So I put that one back. So that's the cream boucle. Really love that. And then we've also got some red boucle as well. And this one is a slightly different, so that whereas that one's slightly longer in pile, this one's shorter. Still loopy in terms of the texture, but it's a lovely deep wine red colour. It's got maybe even an oxblood colour. It's very, very Christmassy. It looks fabulous against the greens, as Florin's going to be, and really show a real contrast there. And those two colours look amazing together to make his outfit. So really, really love that. Amazing, really tactile as well, so they'll be lovely to sew with. And then for Père Hivert's dungarees, now he's got slightly longer dungarees and they've got a pin tuck in them as well on the legs. So his bloomers are then out of this very nice gold star fabric. So again, we've got a beautiful metallic print on the ink on there as well, which has been used to create these little galaxies really around the stars. For it. Slightly different to the fabric that's shown in the picture, which is more leafy than stars, but again this is the one that's come in the kit, and whether or not that changes slightly, I'm sure that they must run out of some of the fabrics sometimes, but that goes nicely as a nice contrast underneath the red boucle. And then we've got some red felt here, which is to make his boots, which are here, and I believe he's got a hat as well, although it's not pictured in that, it's not shown in that picture just there. So that's the red for that. So again, absolutely stunning fabrics. Let me just show you those in their sets again. So this one's Père Hivert, all of those. This one here is Merry Angel, which is the white and the off-white felt. And then we've got Florin for the elf with his green jacket and his green bloomers, bib and bloomers. We've got the faux fur there for the trim, which again, hopefully you can see is just super soft. And then all of those fabrics there are all set off against the yellowy cream of the calico for the main bodies of these characters. So that's it for the fabrics. Let's have a little look at our haberdashery. One thing I did want to say to you is, because Anne and I had this conversation after her kit arrived, I think that sometimes they don't have all of the fabrics available. So when Anne and I were talking about these fabrics, Anne had a preference for a fabric more like this one that's shown in the picture than the one that has actually been sent with the kit. And rather than the silver stars that are on this fabric here for Merry the Angel, I've actually got this glitter fabric in my stash. I don't know if you can pick up the glitter on there or not, but I've got this glitter fabric in my stash that I think I would prefer to use for Merry's outfit. So what I wanted to say to you was that when your kit arrives, have a look at your fabrics and see whether you like them and whether they suit you or not, because you're going to be putting a lot of time and effort into making these characters if you go ahead with it. And whilst the kit is expensive in its own right, if there's a fabric there where you're just a bit ambivalent about it and you're not too sure about it, so like for me, I've said the silver stars don't really do it for me at the moment, but this silver glittery fabric here probably would do. I don't know if you can see that. Then what I would say is have a look and see how big your size of fabric is in the kit and order a new piece. Have a look online, have a look at metallic Christmas fabrics, and you might find something that's a little bit more to your taste and a bit more closer to the original with that one. And as we can see, Mary's dress there looks a lot paler without the stars on it. Because whilst you're being sent these fabrics, and obviously if budget is an issue for you, then you may want to go ahead with the fabric. But if there's something in there that's just irking you slightly, my strong recommendation is that you swap it out for a fabric that you do like at this point. Don't wait until you've made it up and think, oh, I'll just go with it, it'll be okay. Because in my experience, it won't be, and it'll always irk you. And because you're going to put so much time and effort into making these characters and their outfits, and they're going to be around for so many years to come. You know, these could be still be around in 20, 30 years time. That's a long time to be irked by a fabric just for the sake of just changing it out. So that would be my recommendation to you. If there's anything in the main fabrics that you're not sure about, just order yourself some new one. Add this one to your stash. No one will ever know, and you can use it for another project in the future. But that way then, you know you're going to be in love with all of your fabrics. And, you know, a small piece of fabric like this, if you ordered a fat quarter, you're probably only talking about £3 or £4, aren't you, anyway, for a new piece of fabric. So in the scheme of things, it's not much. So I just wanted to pop on and say that. But now let's get on to have a look in at the haberdashery. Just forgive me whilst I just open this all up. There's a whole lot of things going on in here. I've got to be very careful. There's just a little split in my bag, so I'll probably have to put these into a different bag just so I don't lose anything. Put that to one side, stop the crinkling. Okay, so first of all, we've got 3 pom-poms, and I presume these are going to be little pom-poms for the tails, for one for each of the characters. So they're going to look nice and sweet, and they'll show up nicely against the calico there, just a white, pure white. What else have we got? We've got a little bit of longer, little bit of longer fur, and I believe that will be for Père Hivert's beard. So that's longer than the other one, because I thought that might be for his beard, but actually it's this one, which does make sense. So that's just a little square of that. Keep all the haberdashery together. We've got a number of buttons here, which will be to fix on arms and legs. So they're just white buttons. A little bit mottled as well, they're quite cute. You can see how mottled they are. Hopefully you can. I'm trying to hope this is videoing and recording nicely. We've got a piece of interfacing. This is fusible interfacing, and there's the glue on the other side that will be iron-on. So that's a nice generous piece for there, depending on where that's used for. We'll find out in the instructions when we get started. We've got a reel of thread for sewing our characters together with, just in the cream, and that's a nice match on the fabric. There isn't any red or green thread, so we must have to provide that ourselves, which is fine. So I'll have a look in my stash, and let's have a look. We've got some embroidery floss here, which I presume will be for the facial features of the characters. We've got a safety pin and some elastic, and I believe that will be for going through the back of the bloomers and also through the legs as well to make those fit. So a bit of black elastic and a safety pin to feed those through. And Cool Crafting are very good at adding in the little bits like the safety pins that you might need in order to make sure that you've got good access to the kit. Here we've got some press studs. So there's 4 press studs there, so they must be needed for the outfit, and those are in black. We've got 2 lengths of ribbon here. We've got one with green and the one with the red polka dots on them, and they're embroidered in gold. So beautifully metallic there. And if we have a look here, we can see there's some ribbon just around the edge of the jacket for Florin, and also on Père Hivert's trousers here. So there's enough to do those. Oh, got both ends of the red. So there's a red and a green, and they look really nice against the fabrics. Let's put that one just there. There's the red on the red, and there's the green on the green. Look, very, very nice. Just being careful not to lose anything. And then we've got, oh, got some little bells. How exciting. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 bells, I think. Just trying to put all these together. They've all got kind of mixed up a little bit. We've got buttons all over the place. All stuck onto everything. So yeah, 6 little bells. Listen. So can you hear those shaking? So they do make a noise. A lovely in gold colour. Just there, and they could possibly be for So there's 1, 2 on Florin's, and maybe they're also on Père Hiver's. I can't see those at the moment. It doesn't show you, or maybe they're somewhere else. We'll have a look when we get through to the instructions for those. Let's put that ribbon to one side. We've got 2, 4, 6. I've got 7 buttons. Obviously 2 each for each of the eyes for our characters, because they're little buttons for their eyes. And then we've got this as well. So I don't know what this is for. This feels sticky on the other side. I've never used anything like this before. This is going to be interesting. I wonder if this is for Mary's dress. Wow. It's almost like it's gluey, and it must glue on. Just hold that up so you can have a little look at that. But very pretty. The centre of the little dots, the big dots are pink, and then it's got the little diamantes all the way around, so that's going to be beautifully sparkly. And we'll be able to use that. So I don't know exactly what that is or how we attach it. Well, it makes me want to go for the instructions and have a little look and see. Does it say? Iron-on interfacing, embroidery winding for noses, 200 grams of stuffing, 3 pom-poms. I didn't want the stuffing. Doesn't make any reference to this at all. Oh, we're going to have to, that's going to be exciting. So that's our Christmas surprise, I think, now, is then working out what we're going to use this bit for. There'll be a reason, and we'll use it for something, I'm sure, but it will look beautiful. It could be, I think it could be around Mary's waist, just here, and then round her cuffs as well. But it's very interesting as to how that's actually going to fit on and look, because it feels very sticky. It's not self-adhesive, but it feels like if you put an iron anywhere near it, it's going to melt and then stick on, but that's a lot of glue. Anyway, my musings, sorry. I hope that you've enjoyed looking at this kit. My thanks again goes to Anne Heldeos again for sponsoring this kit for us and giving us the excitement of being able to make tutorials for the Festive Friends. We are going to be launching each of the tutorials through July. I'll get as many as I can done. And if it just runs over into August, I do hope you'll forgive me, but it'll just depend on what real life is like for me and whether I can concentrate and just get it done. But as I say, the first tutorial will be for a character, and then we just replicate those 3 times for the 3 characters. Just slightly different facial features, but we'll talk about those in the tutorial. And then I'll probably start with Florin first and get him done first in the green because he's in that order. We'll then do Mary, and then we'll do Père Hiver, and we'll do each of those outfits in 1 or 2 videos depending on how long it takes. So I hope you've enjoyed having a look through this Festive Friends kit. This is a lot of, I mean, the kit isn't cheap by any stretch of the imagination, and there's a lot included in it. The booklet is chunky. There's lots and lots of instructions in there, but we're going to break it all down and we're going to work on it together. And between us, we will get there and we will have some lovely, lovely Festive Friends to be able to share with everybody year after year after year. So thank you very much, Anne. Thank you to everybody who's watching this video. Merry Christmas to people as you're getting ready for your festive handmade items ready for Christmas, and we're kicking this off, as I say, with the Festive Friends by Sarah Peel for Cool Crafting. Have a great day, everybody, and you'll be seeing more of me very soon.